Welcome to the home of WWE news, rumors, and gossip in real time. Click the bell, subscribe, and turn on all notifications today. Don't forget to become a channel member and send a super thanks donation below. And now, your host. He is the most consistent and dedicated in YouTube history, Seanzviewent.
The question, and probably the answer that we'll get from the viewers, the subscribers, the fans, and most importantly, the channel members below. What led to this? Did the WWE sell out, or did they sell in for WrestleMania in Saudi Arabia? Because listen to this one, guys. According to those that know, remember to like, comment, subscribe, click the bell, and turn on all notifications, because this is your daily destination multiple times a day. Remember, if YouTube doesn't send out, and remember to hype the video, guys. Very crucial to hype up this video by hitting that hype button below. Saudi Arabia to pay WWE $350 million for just two events in 2 years. WrestleMania and Royal Rumble. As we all know, Royal Rumble 2026 will be in Saudi Arabia, and then WrestleMania in 2027 will also be in Saudi Arabia. $350 million for just two events. No wonder why the WWE did that. No wonder why the WWE went to that level. No wonder why the WWE sold out, and no wonder there's this all this backlash and all this disarray. And there's also been rumor. There's also been rumor and speculation. Again, rumor, not confirmed. Sometimes it's real, sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's factual, sometimes it's half true, half false. There's rumors. Remember that one what was it? WrestleMania 4 or 5, or it might have been WrestleMania 2. One of those WrestleManias where they did WrestleMania from multiple locations. Remember that WrestleMania? You can correct me in the comment section below. I've watched every WrestleMania, but after almost 43 of them, it's kind of hard to keep track about which. I know it was in the early days of WrestleMania. I'll tell you that right now. WrestleMania was from many locations. I think one of them was LA. Anyways, there was WrestleMania from 3 locations. I think it was 3. Could have been 2 or 3. One of the 2. Again, here on Seanzview, we don't use AI. We don't use any of that crap. It's all authentic. It's all real. Hell, I don't even use Google. I just go off of my memory banks. Okay, that's what I go off of. But, yeah, so there's rumor and speculation about the WWE doing WrestleMania from Saudi Arabia being the main point, but WrestleMania also being in America as well. Now, I don't know how well that would work out in 2025, having WrestleMania from multiple locations in one day. Again, they did that, one time, and it was not successful. It did not end up well. It was not good. It was misunderstood. But we got more breaking news. Again, I'm not a big fan of them, but we do have to report the news, the rumors, the speculation, the gossip, okay? We are receiving word this morning that Andrade's WWE exit was due to backstage discipline issues, and also could have, according to the dirt sheets, the websites, and the newsletters, we're going to expand further on this, could have been tied to creative and booking issues. Also released from the WWE after backstage tensions and going MIA. And Andrade's WWE departure actually caught talent off guard. Andrade quietly leaves WWE again after weeks of controversy and conflict. Also, breaking news on AEW. Well, wait a minute. No, before we get to that, Andrade's WWE exit could be tied to him skipping the AAA project. And there is a warning that WWE's ticket prices hike, because listen, the ticket prices are already ridiculous. They're already astronomical. They're already too much. But they're going to go up even higher. They're going to be even more money than what they were before. So instead of them being, what are they, $1,000 now each, they could go up to $1,700 each or $2,000 each. I mean, to sit in a balcony seat is like $800, which is unheard of, which is ridiculous. So now there is, warnings from insiders that WWE's ticket price hike could destroy generational fan base. You got that right. Also, viewers, fans, and subscribers, AEW Fight Forever developer reveals major reason behind the game's failure. Rhea Ripley gets attacked by Art the Clown at the Silver Screen Con. Yes, WWE's Rhea Ripley lived out her horror-fueled fantasy in a brutal fashion during a surprise event at the Silver Scream Con in Worcester, Massachusetts. Again, the Silver Scream Con. Rhea Ripley attacked. Anthony Bowens calls out AEW over lack of TV time. Also, viewers, fans, and subscribers, we are receiving word right now that Eddie Kingston's AEW return match officially set for AEW All Out in Toronto. Your thoughts, your comments, and your feedback on all of that. Also, this morning, we are learning. We are indeed learning that Turkaloosh WWE President Nick Khan spotted embracing at ringside during the Canelo versus Crawford fight. Also, we are receiving word at this time, viewers, fans, and subscribers. And hold on, we're pulling up the latest, the greatest, the newest, the hottest, the most exclusive. Because, guys, if it weren't for you, there certainly would be no Sean's freaking view. Is there also, so we had a release in Andrade, but now we got some controversy going on. Controversy as it concerns The Rock, Dwayne The Rock Johnson, fired, pink slipped from WWE because according to those in the know, we already know, sadly and unfortunately, the sad, unfortunate, untimely death of Charlie Kirk. We already know he died. We already know he got shot. But it was the comments that was reportedly made by The Rock's daughter, Ava, and she has come down to some backlash as of late. And we're going to spiral into this one. Dwayne Johnson's daughter, Ava Raine, announces major WWE Speed Championship update. Also, what is going on with the controversy behind it? NXT General Manager Ava debunks rumors that she was in a car accident. Well, we're going to bring up the comment here that really, stirred people the wrong way. It sparked a lot of debate online. Yeah, again, we're gonna bring this up. If you want people, it's fans outraged with Ava's IG story on Charlie Kirk. And again, this got a lot of people stirred up. The Rock's daughter Ava takes subtle dig at Charlie Kirk after his death, and it was this comment that drew a lot of attention. She took a subtle dig at the past of Charlie Kirk by saying, if you want people to have kind words when you pass away, when you die, you should say kind words when you're alive. And I think this is alluding to because when Charlie Kirk was alive, he had some controversial opinions. He had some things to say that, well, didn't really add up. Some people didn't agree with some of the things that Charlie Kirk said about MLK, Martin Luther King. She's speaking the truth. Why hate her for speaking the truth? He said a lot of hateful things that you all refuse to acknowledge. Is that a woman or another movie star trans child? She's a pos. Again, this is comments online. You can tell a lot about a person by how they react when somebody dies. So The Rock has a trans kid too. Again, these are comments online. Now this is getting out of control now. Says the woman they had to give a job because she can't give up her dad in ring. She can't live up to her dad in the ring. Goes both ways, Ava. She looks like a man and not fit to lick Charlie's dirty shoes. If you think Charlie Kirk deserves what he got for speaking his mind and for showing his faith and speaking his truth, then Ava, you are the problem that is wrong with this country, and you shouldn't be a GM of NXT. NXT should be boycotted till she loses her job for spreading hate. I thought the one at the right was a man. Is she a transgender? Funny, I've always thought preaching the gospel and quoting Jesus were kind, loving words. If you think the words of Christ are not kind or loving, then maybe you and your ideology are the problem. She needs to be fired and make a public apology. Daughter, more like son. Imagine if she wasn't The Rock's daughter. Nobody would give a clue who she is. Is that his son? I love that Charlie's... All right, we're not going to go too further with this, guys. The things get a little bit volatile. It gets a little bit too much. Charlotte Flair, is she leaving the WWE? Charlotte Flair, is she on her way out of World Wrestling Entertainment? Your thoughts, your comments, and your feedback. As Charlotte Flair says, Other commitments may lead to having a lot less in-ring time and that her time may be up in WWE. Your thoughts, your comments, and your opinions. Is Charlotte Flair truly leaving WWE and venturing out and retiring? Is Charlotte Flair set to retire? Well, you know, it would only make sense because Andrade, which we all know is her man, which we all know is her husband, no longer with WWE. So it would only make sense if Charlotte Flair is the next to go out of World Wrestling Entertainment. Your thoughts, your comments, and your feedback on all of that. WWE took disciplinary action against Andrade. Yes, they took disciplinary action, no doubt about it. Also, at this hour and at this time, we are receiving word. Rhea Ripley killed by Art the Clown in Dream Come True. Again, a killing happened. Shawn Michaels rules out a return to the wrestling ring, reveals upcoming surgery. WWE and Saudi Arabia won't change society, according to Thunder Rosa. Also, the details beyond Andrade's WWE exit was in full detail and deep here on Seanzviewent Entertainment. Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock, Saudi Arabia pushing for both those stars, both those men to appear at WrestleMania 43 and 2027. How a 13-year streak was broken during the September 9 WWE NXT. Sting makes a surprise debut at the 2300 Arena and pays tribute to Eddie Gilbert. Brooke Hogan has no regrets after being left out of Hulk Hogan's $5 million will. Mercedes Moné walks the runway for New York Fashion Week. Your thoughts, your comments, and your opinions on all of that. Because here you know, on the show without you, there is no Sean's freaking View. Also, AEW signs a 5-year deal for events in Australia. The report is going out right now. Also, Jerry the King Lawler at home recovering after suffering another stroke. Rey Mysterio getting closer to WWE in-ring return. MLW Fightland brings championship action to Dallas just last night. Mark Shapiro, TKO, and the Prophets of Rage. The Rock Smashing Machine, shocking $20 million opening weekend. Natalya wants Paige back in the WWE, wants Saraya back in World Wrestling Entertainment, and rematch decade after last WWE Showdown. Natalya, Paige, Saraya, 1-on-1. Will it happen? Will it go down? We're about to find out. Your thoughts, your comments, and your opinions. Also here on Seanzviewent Entertainment, where we give you the latest, the greatest, the hottest, the newest, the most definitive. Plenty more to come. I'm working on another big blockbuster story for all of you. Stay true.